2005 Subaru Legacy 4th generation. We're going to go ahead and change the timing belt and the components. I have a timing kit. I'll show it to you later. We'll go ahead and get started and start digging some of this stuff out. We got to get in there, right? And so I don't know if I have to take off the fan and the radiator. So that's, I guess, the question. Do we have to take the fan and the radiator out? And I have an impact tool on how to get in there. I don't know if it's too big, but let's go ahead and get started. Take all the plastic stuff off first. Okay. All right, took the battery out and the covers, and I can get a real good look. So I think, as a plan of attack, is I'm going to go ahead and take the radiator out. I'm going to try to take it all in one false swoop. False. I don't know. I'm going to take this out, this out, this out. And I'm going to disconnect the lines here. Why am I disconnect? I'm going to see if I can disconnect it from here. Because I'm going to try to take this thing out like one big gigantic piece. Of course, I have to get in there and disconnect the transmission line, so that might get a little messy. But I think if I disconnect those lines, and this whole thing will come out one big gigantic piece, instead of taking it out little by little. So I'll I'll get started, and I'm gonna take these out first, and I'll tell you what happens. Okay, taking all the hoses out. Take this hose out. Take these little two out, and I put them up here. And this whole thing's ready to come all out. Gotta get in there, make sure nothing else is attached, but it looks like I'll have plenty of room. And I gotta get underneath it to get everything else unattached, but it looks like it's gonna come out in one big the whole thing's gonna come out, which is gonna be great, because then we'll have lots of room. But in the meantime, I gotta remove these things, and it looks like this was just one of these where I pressed on this side and then removed. So that looks like it's it on this side. It's ready. It looks like it's ready to come out. Just gotta loosen some things up. Let's get to the bottom of this. All right, I'm underneath it and removed this, but this is on the plastic, and it looks, I don't know if that's going to come out. This looks like it's on the water pump, which I'm going to get to later anyway. So I removed it, and all the water came out. Make sure you capture it. It's quite a bit came out, about 2 gallons, I guess, worth. All right, looks like I have the hoses that I'm going to have to take off. And then that looks about it. So I'm going to take these two and this one. I already took the electricity off on the other side. I'll let you know if I need any more of those two, but that might do it. Might just come out just like that. All right. I removed those two. They were stuck on there pretty tight. Basically pushed down these brackets, pushed them down, then put my pliers in there and just moved it around a little bit, and then they got loose and broke. Then moved them down. Make sure you get a pan underneath, because you're going to spill a little bit of transmission fluid. All right, let's go see if we need to do anything else. All right, there was one more plug. It's hard to see it, but you just feel it. And it's one of these you just press on the back. But that was the plug that went over here. No, it's on the other side. So here's my radiator. Follow these wires. That's what gave it away. And then everything just came out all one big chunk. Kind of nice. So now I have a whole lot more room. Not going to remove this guy. No need. But I'm going to go ahead and start removing this. And then looks like I'll have access to all this. And start removing the belts and moving everything out of the way. Okay, I jacked both sides up, and I'm getting a real good look at what the job is going to be. Looks like we're gonna have to remove these belts. And the way to do that is, here's a tensioner that's for this belt. So we're gonna loosen that up, and that should get this belt out. Looks okay, but always change them while I'm here. And then here, this looks like this tensioner, and I'm gonna remove that. I'm gonna go ahead and mark with the yellow marker where that is right now, because it seems to be doing well right now. So I'm gonna get my yellow marker and mark them. Alright, so to loosen this belt up, we loosen this bolt up, and then I just basically maneuvered that, let me show you, here, and then until this came up. And then to get this guy down, you loosen this up, and then you maneuver this until you get to push the alternator down. Once you push the alternator down a little bit, then this is loose. There it goes. All right, and then this one comes out, and we're getting close to getting a good shot of the whole timing belt. All right, looks like we're gonna go ahead and need to take this out. So remove this, and then we'll have a clear view of the timing components. All right, now it's a 22 millimeter to break that, and so there's a lot of different ways to do it. They sell some kind of tool to get in there. Here's the trick that I use. Just take two extensions, put them there, then take something that you can apply pressure to, and then I'll take my breaker bar, and I already broke this, but basically you pull this way and you push together, and boom, it comes loose. So that's how I broke it, and I'll torque it the same way. So crowbar, and then these two extensions is all you need. All right, now to get this out, I gave it a good couple whacks here or there, loosen it up, and then little by little just wiggle it until it comes right out. No need for a pulley extractor. All right. All right. So we marked with a pen even more the yellow and the yellow where it goes, so that lines up. And then I put in the vice grips to hold these together. And then on this side, can't see it, but in there, but I put two screws with a bolt to hold that together. But those shouldn't move. I mean, this should be really hard for those to move. But then again, make sure that you mark them, because they cannot move. All right, and then to get this off, take a 14 and just remove a couple of these gears, tensioners. No, the tensioner is this one. I didn't remove the tensioner. But once you remove that, you see how it's all getting loose now, and we're gonna slowly remove the timing belt. Okay, keep pushing along. Took the belt off, and now we're gonna take the water pump out. Took the thermostat housing out just to get a better view. Got to remove those two hoses, and then there's one more under there, and let me show you the water pump so that you can see which hoses. Okay, so remove those two. There's one on this side, and that one I removed the clamp, but it's hard to actually remove it, so I'm thinking we're gonna pull it all out, and then we'll pull it from that hose. So here we go, taking that out, and then once we put this in with a new gasket, we should start reversing the process. Okay, putting on the new water pump, and not putting gasket maker on there, just using the gasket that came with it, and we're gonna tighten it up to 9 foot-pounds torque. But right now we're torquing them all by hand. All right, put in the thermostat, tighten all these up, and I used the smaller smaller, what do you call it? Torque wrench, and came out to be 108 inch-pounds. And that's what I used to tighten all that up. Not tight at all, and I didn't use gasket maker, so hopefully it's not gonna leak on me. But all right, we'll keep going. I'm not sure why I didn't catch it the first time, but if you remove this, that'll make it easier to take that out of the water pump and actually put it back in. And you don't even have to, at first I removed this, but I was like, if you just remove this, this gives us enough play to get that back in there, because it is a little tricky. All right, I'm putting my hoses in. Got to tighten those up or move them down. And everything's set to torque, 32 foot-pounds. And time to put the belt on. Let's look. And let's see if I can put the light on. And you can see that those two are still lined up. That one's lined up but broken. You can see where it's broken. This one lines up nicely. Let me try to get a good look in here. Okay, you see where that lines up nicely, and then down here, that yellow is lining up with that yellow. So I went around twice, and everything's still lined up, so I'm good to go. Well, let's keep putting it together again. Going back in order, tightening the middle one to 80. 79.6 foot-pounds. Use my crowbar, my extension method. And then just one little thing is, one of these screws is different from the other, and that's that one, the flat one, goes at the bottom. Everything else is tightening up nicely, and we should know shortly if we were successful. Alright, it was successful. Tightened everything up in reverse. Put the antifreeze in. Remember, this cable, it goes in here. I actually clamped it down, and I didn't want to open up. And as a matter of fact, I should probably put it under here. Alright, missing that. Oh, gotta fix that. Okay, that's embarrassing. Alright, that's it for this one. I think we're good to go. Everything seems to be going smoothly. Let me know if you need anything, I can answer it. Otherwise, please like it.